Yibbity yibbida, what is going down? We got FairGrow up in here on the FairGrow Australia channel with another little quick stream, impromptu style of Talking Trichome Tuesday. So, hope everybody's doing fantastic, trying to keep on the path, keeping righteous, keeping with the advocate of the plant. Herb is the healing, as we know. Ganja is the greatest gift given. Free that yarndi. So much appreciation everybody for coming through. What I'll do, I just I don't know, I kind of just came across this video or day before yesterday. Some people might be aware of it. I really wasn't, but you can find it on YouTube. It's called Super High Me. So kind of like I'll make with McDonald's. He did the Super Size Me. This guy is trying to do a similar thing. He's a comedian, and he's basically doing 30 days smoking green all day, every day for the 30 days. Now, what he had to do to kind of keep that consistent to was do 30 days without. So he did I guess what they call like a cleanse or a detox. 30 days without, then he went 30 days with. So it goes for like an hour and a half. I won't play the whole thing, but there's one point here. He talks to Mark Emery. He's kind of an addict, called the Prince of Pot. So there's just a little bit here. I'll put that up and I'll go from there. I'll drop the link in a second. Just, didn't really have any plans for this. Just have a bit of a session, have a chat. So go over here and I'm going to press play.
Well, the whole idea was that I would help facilitate the growth of so much marijuana that the DEA and all the agencies of the United States would never be able to destroy it at the rate I would help create it. And that ultimately I, one man, would neutralize the work of the entire DEA with their multi-billion-dollar budgets.
He calls himself the Prince of Pot, but he may become the Prince of Federal Prison.
I just was watching 60 Minutes, and there's like a whole story about Mark Emery.
Prince of Pot.
Yeah, and how they want to, extradite him and all that. The guy, I would love to interview that guy.
See, because I have this idea that none of this is any good unless you have to face temptation. I'm just saying there's no virtue without temptation. So I just make sure really fine, beefy bud.
Smell it. That's one thing.
Well, I say even that's giving into a little bit of it right there, eh? So I'm corrupting you just by being in the proximity. Just to let you know, I've seen more grow rooms than anybody else alive in Canada, I think 400 or so, and been arrested 22 times, jailed 17 times, raided 6 times, all for pot, nothing unsafe. I, if anything, have a good reason never to have to use drugs, and typically I only experiment with the psychedelics once every 6 months or a year and smoke pot, right? And I don't believe I have any drug dependencies, and having treated drug addicts, I can see what, by the way, do you know what? Of the 65 people I treated, 60 of them did not have their biological father in their life for all or part of their childhood. And that, I found, was the most key fundamental component of every single drug addict almost, is that their biological father was not there for a lot of their prepubescent life. I found that pot made me more patient, made me a more creative lover and a creative writer. But if you smoke pot, you get more expansive. Explanations get longer. We paid for the Supreme Court challenge in Canada. They got the Supreme Court to try and make pot legal. We lost 6-3, right? Everybody wants to fuck. As soon as you discover it, so let me drink your thing. Don't worry, my cold sores aren't contagious. The thing about pot, I remember, for example, when I shot a puck through a window, I found that it was a lot easier to raise kids after a joint. A lot of people live in inner cities. We should enrich our community with more money, more weed, more everything, right? Are you in the performance industry?
So this, just to stop it there a little bit, they're actually taking a little bit light, and apparently, I guess this whole movie, like this man was a professional comedian, it's got a fairly high budget. There's some pretty well-known celebrities in it, but just this little section here where he was on his, I think one of the last few days of his sobriety before he went into the 30-day smoking every day. Was interested, wanted to meet this man, and this is one of the greatest advocates in the world. Most definitely, been jailed heaps of fire. What's the continual kind of protest, I guess, and just standing up. So they've taken this section and just continued his ranting, and so it's more of like a monotonous thing, and they're not appreciating what he's actually saying and what he's doing. So just wanted to point that out because I give much respect to this man. I should probably do a bit more of a stream about him, but people would be aware of him if you're into the cannabis scene. He's quite well known, but I'll just continue. Not much more here, but you can see that he's taking fun of it. But what the facts that he's admitting and saying, they are to the point and to priority, really. Like we all know ganja is the healing, herb is the healing. So yeah, this information is actually beneficial for all of us.
Industry? Are you out of Los Angeles?
I'm a stand-up comedian. Holy crap! I feel like I went through some sort of marijuana gauntlet.
See, I mean, even saying that, like, I guess, the cannabis is the healing. There is so much benefit in that plant through all its makeup, its ingredients, what it can be made into, refining to. It's not just about getting stoned off the flower, being baked. Oh, I'm stoned. Like, that's great and all. Excuse me. Seeing this here, he's kind of, I guess, not appreciating it for all it is. He's taking a light of it. He's a comedian, or that just sitting down with Mark Emery was exhausting to his brain. All he wants to do is just get blazed. At the same point, you just want to get drunk. If you're drinking to get drunk and you're not appreciating that, and alcohol is a poison. I'm not comparing them at all, but there's so much benefit in the cannabis, and there's so much to understand, and even that understanding will bring us down to earth in the sense of camaraderie, I guess. Like all that ego will be lost. There'll be so much more thought, deep thought, and understanding of everybody just existing here. We should be peaceful and content. There's so much unnecessary wants that we have in this world, and even myself, like I'm only growing up into this now, kind of realizing this. When I was younger, I did want I wasn't overtly just wanting to destroy everything, and but you wanted the brands, you wanted the finer things. I didn't understand life and stuff. Now it's like that's so unnecessary. We just need the water, we need the shelter, we need the food, and just to be in peace and harmony. Because what is the next stage? The spiritual side of it. And I really, I'm definite an advocate for that. There's heaps, there's an immense amount of like thought, life that goes into that, like the ganja god, the spiritual sense, giving thanks, the Rasta way, the Sadhu way. It's not, it wouldn't be there for thousands of years developed in our society and in amongst it, and only kind of banished for the last 100 if there wasn't an importance and there wasn't a relation and relevance to it. So, just I've been thinking that a lot lately. There's so much more to it. The plant is like amazing in every aspect, not just the flower, not just the high potent flower that it gets you blazed. In every aspect, from the root to the stem to the leaf to its whole production cycle to the flower, and the oils within it. So much can be done from every part of the. You can make a roots tea. They drink the roots in the Rasta tradition. In the stem, you can make fibers. In the leaves, you can make juices. In the oils, you can make so many different things, topical things, edible things. And in the flower, you can appreciate the look of it, and also the smell, which is like a rose, right? Like people go and smell the flowers. Well, let's go smell the different sorts of ganja and appreciate it. So that's something really which I want to put forward. I'm definitely going to stand for too, because I don't really appreciate that side of the fact where it's like, just get blazed, I just want to be stoned and yada yada. That's not right. That's not the way to live. Because it's gonna be like, I just want to get blazed, and then I want to go and burn all the petrol and go watch all this stuff and just be within the destructive world. Like, each to their own, but I'm not about that. I'm trying to teach and reach the people in the righteous way. So just check if somebody's in the house in the background. Put the link there, but it's all good. I'll drop it again for the people. What do you got? Got a bit of a. I think Mark Emery is still alive. We got a question there from None Your Business. I'm pretty sure. So I'll just check. We've got another thing here from Aussie Autos. Moody Plant Med said they don't get Lee Ann Woma, which is Mac 1, because they aren't sure on the quality. Told them it would be one of the best quality medical on the market, 2% CBG, 24% THC, 0.06 CBD. Interesting. Which is Melano G times alien cookies, right? So that's another huge point I do consider and have experience within the kind of this medical program within Australia. It is very corporate orientated, business incentivized, profit incentivized. It's more about product which is going to make the highest amount of profit and business for the least amount of cost. So even the fact that you're mentioning these are quality flowers that the consumers will want, it's not on their line. Maybe because I've even heard from doctors, there's exclusivity deals, like, so like you can only get particular flowers through particular dispensaries and doctors, which was going to kind of just lead to a marketing push. So if you want this certain flower, it's only going to be available through this certain providers. So they'd be opposed to getting the other flower strains because they've got to deal with this so-called whoever they are. Like, just for example, like just making it up, like fairy flowers or something from some grower, which is hypothetically a fantastic strain, but they're not going to. They'll only promote that because basically they've got to deal with the grow and the operation, and you can't do two things either. From the Australian point of view, anyway, to get a license, you can only be either a dispenser. That's your thing. You could either be like a marketer, I think. You could be a distributor, or like a dispensary, or a prescriber. So there's no. You can't be dibbling into two pots as one person. But even in saying that, that is going to most likely lead to like kind of insider information. Like they'll be planning and talking amongst each level to each other to, and not overtly because it's illegal, obviously, but just so the predictive behavior or outcome will come. They're predicting an outcome situation because due to the way that they kind of do their business, but and it is quite sad. So Aussie Auto's agreeing there. It's about the money, which it really is, and I'm disappointed to see that. If the price point would come down, I guess, and make it a little bit more available, accessible to the majority of people, probably would be a little bit more appreciative of it. Because just, at this point, it's kind of ridiculous, like, to be, if it's a medicine and you're out there trying to heal a patient, but you're going to restrict their access due to the fact they can't afford it, or, and just the fees just to go and get an application going, $100 to $200. And then on another stream, they were mentioned, the price had increased. So we're all sitting here hoping, okay, the price will go down, and which I sincerely do, and advocating for that. But on an economic side and a business side of thought, supply and demand equals price point. So I think it's the higher the demand, the price goes up, and kind of like the lower the supply, I think the price goes up. But with the fact of demand, with so many people wanting to get into the program, that's great opportunity for them to be, I guess, thoughtful and lower the price and make it equitable. But on a business perspective, that's not the most effective way. You'd be to increase the profit. You got a lot of people wanting it. You increase by just 10% of the price point. You've got a huge increase of revenue there, and that's 10% is not very much. I'm sure they'd be doing very much more because what was it, $150 for the initial consult, and then it's gone up to $250 with one company. So that's nearly 100% increase. Another comment here. Had to just get 6 tubs of the T25. He was trying to get me to try other flowers, but I said they are only the ones I want to try. Exactly. That's a good point. I mean, myself, I've got onto it because basically just I'm wanting to try the variety there just to see what's most effective for me. And the doctors have been pretty happy to do so. But I mean, and that's right. If you're informed and kind of what you want, it's probably the best way to go. I found that a couple of them have been in the sense like that. Like 2 of them, especially. One fella actually said, I said I was a bit busy, and he could call me back. The scheduled appointment time rang, and I was a bit busy, so he gave me an hour or so. He also gave me the chance to look at Canna reviews, select the ones I wanted, and he rang me back and just basically I stated what I wanted, and he scripted me up for that, which was great. Whereas the other 2 were a little bit more questionable and just gave me a kind of flowers they recommended, and the last doctor was on that point of they do have 2 flowers which are exclusive. He was mentioning that plenty more, and also the gelato from Relief and the Slurricane was in a similar situation, only available through one prescriber through certain dispensary in St Kilda. It took me 2 different applications to get there. Like he said, look, I can't do it because that's the situation. But on the 3rd one, he gave me the script and just said, look, I'll write it for you. Hopefully your dispensary can get St Kilda Relief to post it to them, and then you just pick it up. But the law was that they can't transfer over state borders or something. So basically, dispensary was happy enough to send the email to St Kilda place, and they just posted straight to me. So, which I'm very happy and fortunate because that's given me the chance to try the different flowers. But I think there are the situations where it's similar to big pharma doctors at the moment where they will prescribe you certain drugs that the companies have backed them and give them incentives. They're like, okay, if you give out 100 scripts, you probably get a bonus this or something rather that. Like it goes on. That goes on all the time. They have huge meetings, annually or whatever, where it's like a what do they call, like a forum or a workshop where these drug companies are presenting to the health authorities and stuff like that, deals and their new drugs, what it can do, benefits, and obviously there's plenty of side effects, but they don't really mention that to your face. It's but yeah, just in order to promote their brand, promote their business. And I'm sure everybody's experienced that, even with the fact that if you go to your GP, ask to get on medical marijuana, they might be disinclined because they have more attachment to these big pharma and drug companies, which gives them incentives. So they don't want to. That's why these cannabis companies have their internal doctors, I guess. So, even in saying that, it shows you it's all a money grab, which is pretty sad due to the fact that, we all realize the plant has so much benefit. And I'm happy, it is high grade. They do give you decent flowers, very decent flowers, not the best definitely not the most, pristine and highest potential flower you can get. Um, someone with the environment and knowledge and time to tend will be able to create a better product. Um, but for the fact that what it is, it's available. We are legal to medicate, and it's consistent access to quality flower. So I am happy on that part. It kind of takes away, if you're accessing low grade street weed, uh, and it depends. As I say, East Coast is $20 a gram upwards sometimes, and for really low quality, uh, you're much better off, by taking in this medical. Even though the initial cost might be like, a deterrent, but it is definitely well worth it after that because you'll have the access. You don't have to wait and, have the worry of maybe your dealer run out. He doesn't have the certain flower. It's always going to be there to be consistent. If you're in the area, you can pick it up. If not, you just wait a couple of days for the post. But in saying that, it's good. And with the that short expiry having the discount there, that actually makes it really good. I mean, 15 grams for 105, $9 a gram. That's cheaper than Adelaide street price. So it's like that. But then on that level, the full price would be what you call it. Maybe not like just $18 a gram. So it's here and there to say, but yeah, it's worth it. Like, and I'm consuming a lot. I guess I'm realizing now I can cut it down. 1 to 2 grams a day is going to be good because I guess I've been busier too. With the fact, if you've got a lot of time on your hands, then it's a different story. But if you're working or going to study, the hours that you put into that make it all a little worthwhile when you come home and rest, have a good smoke, or vape, as you say. It's decent. But yeah. And as they said here, like hopefully it gets legal to grow your own soon, so it can be done stress free. Like that's another huge point. The Greens are put up. What was her name? I can't remember, Kathy something or other, I think, off the top of my head. But the proposal for the 6 plant allowance for, I think, patients on the medical program. I'm not sure of the costs or anything, but that's what they're pushing for within the next election. I guess it's coming up in May here, next 3 weeks, but I think they'll push it through if they, it gets passed or whatever they propose to try and get it started, the process in June. So, that's really, that's got to be a great thing. If we can get a 6 plant allowance in our yard, there's different things to talk, I guess, on that because some people might not be able to access the seed. What's the ruling on buying the seeds, accessing the seeds? What's the ruling on like size, nutrient and sort of things like that? Because I guess sometimes would that classify you into doing illegal things? If you had to purchase the seed, but then after planting that is fine, but purchasing it, I'm not sure. I'm just saying, which way will it go? You definitely, I guess, we've got examples in Canada and America of legal systems in all different states, state to state, different little rulings and categories. But hopefully we can go to a situation where it's equally beneficial for everyone. Like, you don't want to make it, obviously, the corporate side is not going to want to lose any profit or anything. So they're going to have to make their money, I guess, and growth. But we want to make it accessible and fair for everybody. And I guess, yeah, that's a good point. The indoor and the outdoor, like how will that come into play? Like in America, there's in Canada, you can do under lights, but currently Australia, nothing can be done under lights, which is cool enough because we do have great sun here and a great environment. But for the winter time, that just means that you have to have a supply which is going to last you that overlap, I guess. But we've also got many other countries you could take examples from and try and work your program over, like Portugal decriminalized, Amsterdam decriminalized for like decades. Portugal's decriminalized every narcotic, I think, and there's Uruguay. There's plenty more. So many countries. I can't think off the top of my head, but we all know that it's brilliant. The ganja is beautiful, but it's just a matter of getting out there and changing that stigma. A lot of people, I guess, just they listen to the narrative and they're a bit afraid. Just people who are, haven't invested time into the culture, don't know people in the culture. And they listen to the media and say, "Oh, drugs, crime, marijuana, gateway drug, violence." The reefer madness type, and it's it's all just propaganda in a way. It's not true. So I've been ranting for a bit. All good. Appreciate everybody hanging around. I've got the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, can more than welcome. Have a chill, have a chop. Gonna pull out some Black Candyland. Really, really nice nug from Infinity Wellness Group. I'll do a strain review on that too. Every Saturday. I'll try and keep it proper. But it's really nice. Got such like dark green, black sugar leaves, pretty much. Calyxes which are bright purple. So they're spotted through it. And like nice orange pistils. So many trichomes. The flavor is amazing. It's 20%. Really, really nice. And the price point is pretty good too. It's actually 147 for the 10 grams. Really good. I like it so much. I'm always going through this really quickly. That's another thing. And next time I talk to my doctor to try and hopefully he can up it, because he said he can only do 30 grams per month each strain. He does give me 9 different strains though. But what's it your days? What are your days at school? Good on you, bro. You don't want to be, and that is a huge thing. I do want to hide it from the children. I don't think is the right thing to do. Like, I mean, even with all the kind of gender, all that gender based information, that's right in their face. They're not even sexually mature yet, but they're showing them everything. So in saying that, you don't want to basically give the child the medication. Oh, you got C-Dog up in the house in the backstage. I'll bring him up. Cheers, bro. Coming in. But like, given the don't medicate them when they're under 16 and stuff, or don't let them smoke. You could give them some oil slightly or something. And obviously patients, the epileptic ones, they need it and it works for them. But to hide it from them is probably not right either. Like, it is a good thing to understand and educate the children. Don't smoke in front of them and don't get them high when they're unaware. But ease them into the culture. Don't show them it's a boogeyman. Just trying to get Dougie up. There we go. When he's ready. Oh, good. But you know what I'm saying? So the children, they are the next generation, and we've got to be truthful. You don't want to teach them lies and then make them find out for themselves when they're 20 odd. Like, oh, they lied to me about the plant. The herb is not bad. What's up, Doug? How you going, bro? You're on screen.
What's good, brother?
Good. Chilling. Fucking, like,
I had
I'm sure
8.4 gram nug of this Chronic Thunder.
Oh, you busted it up? Well, I can hear some echo. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep muting and unmuting.
Oh, did you break it up already? Oh, look at that. Looks yummo. See, if that is clean and there's no like chemical flavors and stuff on it, and the bud is just purely flushed, oh, he's broken up the 8 grams. Look at the trikes on it. Look at the calyx. It's huge, right? That's better than medical in most cases. Like, yeah,
That's what I get on the regular.
yeah. Like if you still got the kind of, because I found that with like the street, I didn't, all the indica and the sativa type traits, they didn't really kick in as much. And I'm just thinking maybe because like what's going on, the it hasn't been flushed properly and all the toxic nutrients are still there and it's causing an imbalance. But as I just said, if that's all flushed, that looks fire. Well, will taste fire, will smoke fire, and you'll be so happy with it. Oh shit! Chronic Thunder.
One
All
nugget
the-
was 8 grams. That one I've been breaking it down, but it's as big as my hand, bigger than mine.
Fuck. Chops out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's it. It looks pretty dense.
Oh,
Like-
it's dense but fluffy,
Okay.
so airy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like here.
That's
look.
good.
You hear that? Did you hear that?
Nah.
Oh, I don't want to break more off, but
Yeah. That's all good. That's all good.
you missed a good shot here. Maybe there's.
Oh, I hear the snap. Yeah, easy.
My fingers are just
Sticky now. What's the rate of that?
dusties I've been getting from it. I cleaned out my dusties, so this is all the Chronic Thunder dusties.
Yo.
Very nice. It's a very fluoro, almost a white. I guess that's just from all the trichomes breaking off when you mull your weed. I'll have a comb with it now, bro. It melts. I put the dusties on top. It melts down to oil, and lights on fire.
That's dope. What's the price on that in your area?
About 4.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you're paying for the top level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well worth it. I'll be in that boat. When people are like, look, that extra 20 is worth it. I pay it. Or whatever it is.
Yeah, fucking hell. Always.
Unless it's way extreme. And they're like $1,000 for an ounce. Like, come on, bro. I've never heard that. Well, that's all the new medicals done in live soil. Yeah, cheers. It's just a bit of an echo on the microphone. My microphone. Yeah. Cheers everybody for hanging around. Just having a chop now. Sonic Thunder, and Black Candyland.
Is that better? Is it still an echo? Talk.
Let me see. Good now.
Good.
Sweet. Yep.
What's going on, Mr. Smokescreen TV? How are you, mate?
Did you hear his upload this morning?
His rant? Yeah, did.
Yeah, someone was fucking giving him a bit of lip or something. Trying to
Must
say.
yeah, that's good.
But as he said,
I literally woke up, rolled over, grabbed my phone, and that was the first thing I looked at, notification. I clicked on it, and fucking, I was waking up, the hook going off.
Yep. Same, mate. Me too. First thing is just like, fuck you, cunt. Fuck it. But he's
Looks
saying
like
through
some
in a
good
way,
rich,
like,
eh? Oh shit!
yeah,
I'm not from
just
that area,
like
but
Carroll Park, Inala, just
no.
like how he said, just like, show and prove, pretty much. Don't
Yeah.
sit in the background and talk it up. That's all good and great. Do what you're doing, but don't then point fingers if you're not willing
All
to
lip,
come up.
no joint.
Yeah, show what's the go. Because I mean, shit, each everybody to their own, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's got different touch, different environment, different level that coming in at. So, appreciate it all, I guess. You're definitely
Except
gonna
for the people
see,
going with P down. That's not appreciated.
yeah. Oh fuck no, that's criminal in my sense. They should be locked up just for using that shit. Or for producing the low grade, actually, because nutrients are required. But it's sad. Like, bring back the hippie notion of what it was. Well, I wasn't there, but just to think about it and be like, everybody's cool, peace. Bud is bud. Let's go. There's good bud. There's not so good bud. Yeah. Not like make a war over fucking cannabis.
Always had the best weed in the early 2000s. I think everyone had the best weed in the early 2000s. Early 2000s was like up until like probably 2015. That was great cannabis. But it just because a lot of good growers got locked up and whatnot, and a lot more the newer generation they preferred to fucking make more money and grow PGR. I think that's what happened.
That's a huge point. Very true, bro. The people with the knowledge and the love for the culture would have been incarcerated, and then the fact that easy money, quick grow come out to greed would have really just boosted. I don't care. It's just about the cash, not about the smoke.
Lock them up for poor quality cannabis.
No, true.
Poor kind of quality cannabis that shouldn't be locked up for. But as soon as you use any PGRs or hormones or anything like that, anything that's not natural, then definitely. Definitely knowledge would have been lost, man. Definitely. See if this shit lights on fire. I got some dusties on top.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, fucking mount.
Focus. There you go.
Yeah. There's a little oil, say.
Ooh,
Tasty.
not bad.
Not bad.
Very good.
Hang on. Okay. One thing I kind of like on the dabs. Having a few more dabs lately, and if you heat them up too, well, different. Each person likes different. Some people like cold start. Some people like really hot.
Cold start's
I
the
found
best.
that yeah, 'cause really hot, you get that burnt taste, and it
Yeah,
just
it's
makes it a
yucky,
little
man.
bit
You get smoke, but
yeah.
it's yuck.
Exactly.
You don't get much smoke when you do a cold start or just low temp dabs, but the taste, the high, is so much better.
Better. Yep. Fact. So
Long
when
on
those
this
things go on fire,
hey?
sometimes when the bits of like when I have a cone and say the hash light's on fire, I like to put it out
Yeah,
because if it goes, it'll burn it. I'm
gets
like, oh
harsher.
shit, yeah. We can't help it sometimes. It's just
Yeah, well,
yeah,
oil will catch on fire, man.
yeah. That's good. Is there you got anyone up in your hood that's on the program, the medical?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, there's a few,
Yeah,
eh?
fair few, man. I've tried the
Yeah,
medical myself. 3 mates
yeah.
tried the T25, T20. I think that's about it.
What's the T20?
Dalesford.
Oh, yeah. Haven't had that one yet. It's mostly, yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger, eh? Like, there's more and more people hopping on it. It's just, yeah, it's going to keep going that way. I just
Yeah, bro.
hope that, fuck, it doesn't, like, get more imbalanced to become more expensive and more, like, class divide, I guess, and only kind of the certain people with income are going to be able to access it. It's like,
I got
the
two
shit.
phones, one for the plug and one for the low. I think I need two. Oh, what? Laying bumping up, ring, ring, ringing. Counting money on, ring, ring, ring. Oh, just had to. Kevin Gates.
Yeah. Corporations are doing the same thing, man. These guys were that's right. They were just like entrepreneurs that, you know, found a niche and worked it right. Like, and they got criminalized for it. These are the people that are coming up from, like, low income areas or whatever. They got out of it in a sense of just the capitalistic world. And, it's good to be profit. It's good, go and do it, go and do it. And they come up and do it. And now, on the reverse side, you got suits and ties that were locking them up for so many years, are now saying, "Oh, I want to jump on board and be," because they're just it's drug dealing. It's the same thing, and like a lot of those companies do admit that they're just like high level drug dealers now. I seen the guy from Tweed. He said it on the documentary. So at least he's admitting the fact. Either way. Oops, excuse. What's that other one you get? Maybe it's sour diesel, is it?
No, Afghan Cow, Chronic Thunder, and Chronic,
Okay.
which is a mixture of. Uh, it's got like one of the parents of Chronic Thunder, the Chronic.
Okay. Yep.
So it's like a similar strain.
Mm. And even that, we were like, I was talking, I think Hook was on a stream the other day, and like I did Mr. Nice, Howard
Yeah.
Marks. Yeah, like he was saying that in the 80s and 90s or whatever, that the whole strain naming was just a marketing brand thing for some like the Amsterdam European kind of
Oh
area, and
yeah.
it really boosted. So like each yeah, because the pheno, you might have a sort of strain with so many seeds, but each plant can have little variants and has
Yeah,
the
exactly.
potential to be different. So like,
That's why the
it's not
pheno, it's
uniform.
called the pheno hunt, not the
Yeah,
strain hunt, the pheno hunt. because you want the perfect pheno on that perfect strain. You know what I mean?
I guess it's like us too, like, you have a family and brothers and sisters, they don't come out the same. They come out similar, but they're not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Mm. The Ultimate Warrior. Wait, is that Mike Tyson's one? I do want to try his stream. The Tyson Ranch. Oh, King B, what up, man? KFC.
Finger looking good.
How's your Twitch and stuff been going, bro? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
good,
you
bro.
doing
I
any
haven't
live.
been live in the last 3 days. I don't think. Yeah, last 3 days.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
been chilling, bro. Just been chilling.
Yeah.
I'll go live tonight, and then I'll keep going live every night, and then I'll take maybe another 3 days break after a month or two.
All right. That's
Otherwise,
good.
get burnt out, bro.
Yeah.
You know, content starts to become stale, whatnot.
Yeah.
I like to give myself a day to 3 to refresh, get the energy back. I like to have a high energy, stream.
No, absolutely. It'll come through, right?
Mm.
If you're thinking it becomes a job and shit, it'll come through. Do. Oh, we still got a few people in here. It's surprising. Just having around. What do you guys split off? Let me know in.
What phone you rocking, Fair? Samsung.
XS.
Oh, an XS, not bad.
Yeah, I like them. I got 2.
I've got the XR.
Oh, yep, same thing. It's just
Exactly
I don't like
the
the 2 big ones, man. I don't like. I used to like the iPhone 5 the
Mine's
best.
the XR.
Yeah.
White one. White just feels so fancy in Apple products, I reckon.
I got that too.
You got white?
Is that and that.
Yes, sir. Did you get yours on plan? Did you buy them outright?
Nah, I just buy them outright. I buy them second hand too. I don't go buy them.
Yeah, I bought mine second hand from a site actually, like refurbished phones in Australia.
Yeah, yep.
Oz Mobiles.
I bought. Yep. $500, about 500-600.
Which one did you get yours from?
One of them I got from the Facebook market, and the other one I got from like eBay. It was one of those refurbished in Melbourne. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, there's 2 companies that are in Australia that do it.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good. They've been on a current affair and everything. Like they're well renowned. Like fuck, I paid $400 for this iPhone XR in perfect condition.
Yep. It's dope, mate.
Yeah, bro.
When it would be what?
You save like $500.
Okay, 900,
Yeah.
Nearly 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good though. I mean, if you're doing streaming, it's got a really good camera, good functionality. It's pretty much a computer. I'm thinking about getting an iPad. Like, I went past the shop. I just walked past. I didn't realize they were so cheap. Like, I thought they were like $1,200, but one was like $450.
For an iPad.
Yeah, brand new. I think it was I can't even remember what night. It was that Big W, so it was newish. I think they had the iPhone 13, 13 Pro, I think, and an SE, and they had this iPad.
The 13 Pros are like I think $3,000 or something.
Oh fuck! I didn't know this. If you don't need it, there's no point. And if you're not accessing all those functions, like there's some good functions in there for sure. With all the apps. My laptop is a bit old. It's good, but it's like it won't. Oh, somebody, it's only running like high C. No, what is it, high Sierra? I think doesn't go any past that. It's like a 2012.
Actually, the Apple iPhone 13 is only $1,400. That's not bad.
Philly OG up in the
But
house.
if you
Peace,
get the
bro.
iPhone 13 Pro, then you're looking at $1,700.
Wow. What's the specs on that? What's the difference there to make
It's
it
just
like?
better processor, extra camera for macro lens, more stabilization in your camera, fucking bunch of shit.
Okay.
It's definitely a lot better to go with the Pro models, 100%.
But what is double the
But
price? Bro?
it's always fucking big price hike, you know.
And then you wait like 1 year, there'll be
Yeah.
something new, and the 13 Pro will be like,
$500 cheaper.
yeah.
That's how it works, bro.
Yeah, they've already got iPhone 19 sitting in the lab, ready to go.
They've got
Right.
they've already made all of their iPhones for the next 30 years. They're just waiting to release them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Phones would be that easy to like take to the next level in terms of like technology. So that all of it, they're just pretty much holding it back. Otherwise, if tomorrow we woke up and our phones were invisible and we could just press our hand and pop up like digital, like, you know what I mean? What's next? There's nothing next. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
got to continuously. They give us slow improvements.
Yep. Which seem big steps, hey?
Yeah.
Like they market it so it's like, whoa, it's the next. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
True. This. Have you got like a VR kit or experienced that metaverse and all that shit yet?
Yeah, I don't have a VR kit, but I've played with one.
True. What did
Yeah,
you think?
I played a game that was like a battle royale, like shooter game, with a bunch of people in like their own little circle with motion ones and shit. It's mad as fuck.
Cool.
It's like a team deathmatch.
Well, yeah, I haven't tried it. Eh?
If you
It's a
go
new
to
thing.
anywhere in your town that has like an arcade, like a big arcade area,
Yeah,
they'll have one there.
I'll have it. True that. And even like it was pretty old. I know that, but I only saw it yesterday. One of the there's like a for uni we had a tutorial lecture thing, and we were going through the botanical gardens, and they did it last year. The fella got sick, so we had to watch the video, but they had the 360 camera. I've never seen it before. So they put this tripod down, and on your iPhone, you just twist it, or on your phone, sorry, you just move it,
Yeah,
and you view everything.
yeah,
It's
you can
fucking
get
cool.
360 GoPros,
Okay.
and they shoot all around you. And when you go, once the video's recorded, like you said, you can go and look around, of the video.
Oh, okay. So that little tripod obviously is picking it up and then editing everything. Eh? Okay.
Yeah,
It's been dope. Anyway, nobody's mentioned what strains they got. Dragon Ball is the shit. Dragon Ball shit that long. Um, how about you, Philly OG, bro? You're still in the house. Do you know what strain you got, or you just got some high grade?
or Zach, what's good, brother?
What do you say? I'll get back hopefully. King B.
Are we back, Obi?
Oh yeah. I'll check this one out. Secrets of the Pink Kush. Put this on again, see how it goes from here for a bit more.
Well, how can you be doing a documentary? How can you do a documentary?
Alright, check this out actually. It's really funny. It's pretty silly. The producer's trying to load up a volcano. He don't even know what he's doing.
We've got the volcano. We're ready for me to medicate and start this thing. But I noticed it's 4 o'clock, and I thought we got to start at 4:20. I got to take my first hit at 4:20. But that's how I am. Like I'm excited about getting high, but I can wait until the cooler time to do it. You said this thing was easy.
Okay, so what you do is you input your herbs, whether that be a lavender or a rosewood, whatever you're using as an aromatic. Place it here in the grinder. You grind your plant material. Oh, shit. Sweet Lord.
Oh my God.
Multi-million or $1 million
Yeah, so you grind your plant
budget
material.
or I don't know.
Which you
Don't-
saw.
Big
don't spill it.
budget.
Jesus.
Oh,
I
Alex.
can't even fucking do this.
Good Lord. This is my weed all over the floor now. Now I'm gonna be smoking the dust. Look at that.
We're not gonna put that in.
That's like an old roach on the ground.
1, 2, 3.
Man, you should go on like Martha Stewart to do this. Yeah, knock more shit on the floor though.
It's all set to go.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all that.
And don't
I might just resort to smoking it.
I'm telling you, I think this is so much better.
420. I know it's much better for me, but
Mouthpiece,
it's like a pain in the ass.
just push in on it. That's a huge rip.
Right?
Like I never did before.
So once again, this is super high me. You can check it out on YouTube. It's like this fella, comedian, does 30 days in a row, smoking every day, all day. Prior to that, he did 30 days without. Actually, I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but
And you won't be afraid when I call your name. Let me love you.
I like it. I like all the. Wait, I was about to talk about something I don't like.
so that's a little bit.
Exactly.
It's ready.
We can play.
You excited that this place is reopened?
Well, I think, it's only fair. My practice is focused on criminal defense. So it's unfortunate that you use the word criminal defense in the same sentence as, dealing with patients because they've criminalized this. They had to, basically start from scratch again. Their computers were all taken away. All their patient records were taken away.
Oh, they had to get everything together.
Oh, everything had to start. The product was taken.
And how are they able to reopen? What had to happen for them to get to this point?
They're abiding by the laws here. I mean, there's a state law in place here. They're not committing any kind of crimes here.
Could I get a gram of the Platinum OG Kush? Maybe a Kush bar and a Maui Wowie. A chocolate peanut butter sandwich, a Kush bar, and a Maui Wowie. Cucumber wire boat.
Check it out. How cool. That's an interesting count. So within 10 months, or even actually 14 months then, 12 months, there's like gone from 11 dispensaries to 93, and then within another, holy moly, with another 14 months, that went and nearly tripled, 2.5, from 93 to 237. Obviously, like, people were ready to roll, and then things just happened, and it just went influx and flooded. But wow, similar thing may happen here, but we'll see what goes down. This is probably actually maybe, oh, there you go, 2006, so that's like nearly 20 years old, 15 years old. Anyway, much peace, everybody hanging around. Keep checking this out. Haven't seen this yet.
Well, hello, Doug.
Hello.
So today is your first week of being back on pot. So how are you doing?
Great. It's kind of a little bit back to normal.
It seems like it's fairly important for you to communicate to me that marijuana doesn't change you very much. Like, you really want me to hear that message.
Yeah, it probably sounds defensive too, a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm the same guy, either way.
Would you mind if I smoked pot before our sessions?
Really?
I'm just asking how you would feel if I were to do it.
I guess it would depend on how it changes you. Who knows? You might seem more interested in me if you were high, which would make you like it more.
Good point. Great answer, bro.
I was wondering how much you felt I was interested in you as it is.
You seem interested enough, but that's the thing about it is that's your job, is to seem interested.
See, this is why I wouldn't ever pay a therapist, because they fucking make you go crazy. He says to me, he goes, would you like it if I smoke pot sometime before our session? And then when you start that kind of conversation with a therapist, it just becomes him going, well, do you want me to think that you think that I want you to be high while I'm high during it? It's very convoluted.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was already fucking high, and I'm pretty sure that he wasn't.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I find this place that's like right next to my home, and they're doing it on religion. They're distributing pot as a religious movement.
So you don't need to
So you don't even need a license. You just go in and buy it. Okay, got to be serious. This is church. It's time for church.
And in Revelation, it talks about a plant for the healing of all nations, which cannabis is. So we're selling weed for the Lord on Hollywood Boulevard. All right, welcome to Temple 420 services today. Everyone, Doug Benson was on Last Comic Standing, and we invited him to come
Craig
to
X,
a
Reverend at Temple 420.
fully believe in God, so he's here to come to the services and check out Temple 420, our 420 services.
He said
it so matter of factly. And he doesn't believe in God. So everybody, there's going to be punch and
there'll be punch. The atheist gets punched too, right? With the truth. If you've never been to our temple before, we'll just let you know we're a Judeo-Christian temple. You happen to be on Saturday, so we have the Old Testament Jewy thing going on. You come back tomorrow, we got the New Testament, all right? So feel free to come back any day. Services are always at 420.
What the
I'd
hell?
like to tell you a joke. So I don't think any of the material up here today has been aimed at you specifically. I think you really enjoyed this joke. Why did the little strawberry cry? Because his mother was in a jam. Come on. And then they put weed in it and everybody got really high. So anyway.
All right. Probably bounce out. It's been an hour and a bit. Much appreciation. Everybody sticking around. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks to Steve Doug for coming up, bro. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Hope you're all chilling. But this was, hopefully I'm coming through here. This was Super High Me. You can check it out on YouTube if you want. And yes, Talking Trichome Tuesday. FairGrow. Thank everybody for tuning in. And I'll be back with an episode pretty soon. So stay tuned and thanks a lot. Much peace. High grade all day. Ganja is the greatest gift given. Free yarndi. Stay cool.